In this tutorial, we'll be learning about importing in Python. The idea of importing is to import other modules that are included with Python. For example, the math module. Let's give it a try. First, we just use import, and then we use the module that we want to import, in this case, math. Now we have the math module imported. As you can see, it says the module path. It tells us where it's hiding at, and it has lots of different members. Let's take a look at those. If we use dir like we used before, it'll return the constants, the properties, and the methods that the math module has. We can use these by just typing math dot one of the methods. So like square root, we do the square root of 2. We get 1.41. Not very useful because I really don't know what the square root of 2 is off the top of my head. So let's use one that makes a little bit more sense. Do the square root of 4. You'll note that you actually have to type it correctly. Square root of 4. Because that's 2.0. You'll note that it automatically gives us the float version of the number of the square root. We can actually test that and find out what type that is. Let's do that real quick. It's always good to learn. Yes, as you can see, it returns a float. I'm not sure that it does this in Python too. I think it returns a int actually, but I may be mistaken there. Anyway, you can also do math.py. Pi in this case is a constant, so you can just hit enter. You'll notice that I don't have the open and closed parens in this case. There are other ways to do importing, such as using the from module. Let's actually restart this. Restart shell. So now if we try to do math.square root, it shouldn't work. Actually, if we just type math, it shouldn't work. Yeah, math is not defined, so now we have to re-import stuff. So let's try something different. Let's just import the square root module. So from our module, import a piece of that module, in this case, square root. So if we try to use math again, it's still not imported, but we can probably use square root. Yes, we can. You can use this to import lots of different things. So if you're kind of a lazy programmer and you have a really long module name, let's say you have something called this, it's really, really long, you don't want to type it every time, dot something. A lot of people will just do an import some long name and import the shorter name. You can also do from math import multiple items. So let's say we want to import both square root and pi. You can do that too. Note that if you do an import twice, Python is actually smart enough to check to see if it's already imported, and it won't import it a second time. Anyway, now we have pi available to us as well. Now, I don't really recommend what I'm going to teach you next, but you will see it, so here we go. Here's a magic little thing you can do from math, import star. Star is a wildcard, and it will import everything from the math module, basically. So if we do that, now we have access to everything that we listed when we did a dir on the math. So now we have the tangent method available to us. I don't know what this will return, but we can do like a power thing. Whoops. Let's do 2 to the power of 3. Basically, when you do that, you import everything. This is not really a good idea because when you do a from import all, you can actually clobber your namespace. What that means is that, for example, I've done from math import all. What if I want to create my own pi? So right now, pi equals 3.14. 15926. You see, it's really long. But let's say that I'm a lazy programmer and I just want to define pi as 3.14. Because I've done from math import all, I don't already know that pi is imported. So at this point, I've just overridden pi with my own pi. 3.14. This is not a good thing. You can easily come up with your own variable names that will clobber stuff that has been imported that you don't even know has been imported because someone has decided to use the magical star. This is why I don't recommend that. Now, you can get around this with a little bit of trickery. Let's say that I want to keep my lame pi, which only has 2 digits of precision. Pi is equal to 3.14, but I also want the more precise version. If I want to do that without clobbering my own stupid version, we can do from math import pi and use the special as command and create a special one. So we can just call this one mpi. Now if we call mpi, we'll have the precise version again. There are some external third-party modules that will do a lot of from whatever import all, and you can run into a lot of problems. The only standard library that actually encourages from something import everything is the tkinter module, which you can use to create GUI interfaces in Python. At this point, you will be able to import pretty much anything that you want to, and you've learned just about everything that you need to know about importing from the get-go. Good luck and have fun. Thanks again for watching.